Now, could this be the dawn of a new era for Juventus? Under Thiago Motta, Juventus has gone from a team struggling to find its way to one of the most dangerous squads in Europe. Motta has brought in a fresh, aggressive and exciting style of play, far from the slow, cautious football fans saw under Massimiliano Allegri. But how scary is this Juventus team? Now, before we jump into the details, make sure to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy football breakdowns like this, and don't miss out on more great content about Juventus and other top clubs. Now, let's get into it. Juventus has always been a top team in European football, but in the last few seasons they lost their spark. Under Allegri, the team was successful, winning 5 straight Serie A titles during his first run, but their style of play became known for being boring and overly defensive. Winning was the only goal, even if it meant sacrificing exciting football. And while it worked for a time, football has evolved and fans started getting frustrated with Juve's lack of creativity. Now, despite the club's incredible history, Juventus started slipping off the radar. After 4 different coaches in 4 years since their last big trophy, the Bianconeri have struggled to keep up with the more modern, high-energy football being played by clubs like Napoli and AC Milan. Allegri returned for a second spell, but the magic was gone. Juventus was no longer dominating Serie A. Now Juventus are ready to get back to the top, and they've signed just one man to lead them there, Thiago Motta, the man who transformed a mid-table club into a Champions League contender with ease. Thiago Motta, the former midfielder for Barcelona, Inter Milan and PSG, and now the sharp-minded ex-coach of Bologna, wasted no time in reshaping Juventus. In just a few months after his move to the Allianz Stadium this summer, he brought a new style of play, welcomed new signings, promoted youth players, and turned Juventus into a team that not only wins but entertains the fans. But can Motta really bring Juventus back to the top of European football? Or is this just the start of a longer journey for the Bianconeri? Stick around as we dive deeper into his tactical revolution. Motta's tactical revolution. So, what exactly did Thiago Motta change? Let's break it down. The first major shift came when Motta scrapped Allegri's 3-5-2 formation and replaced it with a more aggressive 4-2-3-1. This change alone had a massive impact. Motta's Juventus is built around movement and quick transitions from defense to attack. Players now have the freedom to roam and create overloads in the midfield and attacking zones. Instead of sitting back and waiting for the perfect counter-attack, Juventus is now focused on controlling the game and pressing high up the pitch. Just look at their first 2 matches this season. Juventus won back-to-back 3-0 victories in Serie A. They now press high, win the ball quickly, and aren't afraid to go on the attack. This is a huge shift from the team that used to sit back and absorb pressure, waiting for a chance to break. When building up play, Juventus now uses flexible structures. Against teams with one forward, Motta sets his backline up with a +1 advantage, allowing the free centre-back to advance the ball forward. Against teams with 2 forwards, Juventus adjusts to a 3+2 shape to stay balanced while keeping the attack moving. This adaptability has made Juventus harder to predict, which is a far cry from the more rigid tactics of the past. Key signings and impact on the team. Of course, these tactical changes wouldn't be possible without the right players. This summer, Juventus made some big moves in the transfer market, bringing in key players who fit perfectly into Motta's high-energy system. Now, one standout signing is Thuram, a player known for his strength and ability to control the midfield. Thuram has quickly become a key figure, using his athleticism and skill to dominate games. Another important addition is Koopmeiners, who's expected to be the creative engine of Juventus' attack. Although Koopmeiners has only just joined, he's already being positioned as the main attacking midfielder. But it's not just the big signings making an impact. Motta has also shown faith in Juventus' young academy players. Samuel Mbangula and Nicolo Savona, 2 promising talents, have made their senior debuts this season and both scored in Juventus' opening matches. Motta's willingness to give young players a chance shows his belief in blending experience with fresh talent. Savona in particular has impressed with his smart positioning and finishing, showing maturity beyond his years. With a mix of young talent and experienced signings, Juventus now has a squad that's both deep and versatile. Motta has also revived players like Manuel Locatelli, who struggled to find consistency in previous seasons. Locatelli now plays a crucial role in the double pivot, offering both defensive stability and the ability to launch attacks with accurate passes. Juventus is already looking dangerous, but how far can they go? Is this just the beginning of a title run, or could we be seeing the makings of a Champions League contender? Juventus's new identity under Motta. For years, Juventus was known for their win-at-all-costs mentality, even if it meant playing unexciting football. Fans accepted it as long as the team kept winning trophies, but when the results started slipping, so did the fans' patience. Under Allegri, the team seemed to lack identity, and supporters began wondering if Juve will ever play exciting football again. Thiago Motta has changed all that. After Juventus beat PSV 2-0 in a dominant display, Italian football legend Paolo Rossi was quick to praise the new Juventus. "This team already has an identity. Well done, Motta," Rossi said. Under Motta, Juventus is no longer just grinding out wins. They're playing with flair, intensity, and a clear plan on how they want to control the game. Motta has given his players a renewed sense of belief. The team presses together, wins the ball back quickly, and attacks with intent. Juventus now looks like a team that wants to dominate every game. Now, one of the most obvious changes under Motta is how Juventus presses. In past seasons, Juve often sat back, inviting pressure and relying on their defensive shape to keep opponents out. But now, Juventus presses high up the pitch, often going man-to-man to make it difficult for teams to play out from the back, with players like Kefren Turam and Locatelli leading the charge. Each player knows their role, whether it's passing the ball carrier or cutting off passing lanes. This has led to Juventus winning possession higher up the field, and it's already resulted in goals as the team capitalizes on opponents' mistakes. But this doesn't mean Juventus has forgotten how to defend. When they're not pressing high, they drop into a solid 4-2-3-1 shape that's compact and tough to break down. By forcing opponents to play wide, Juventus minimizes the risk of being exposed through the centre, while keeping their defensive structure intact. And let's not overlook Juventus' defenders. Gleison Bremer, one of the best defenders in Serie A, has continued to shine under Motta. Bremer, alongside Danilo, forms a solid centre-back partnership that provides the foundation for Juventus' aggressive style. Fullbacks like Timothy Weah, once he recovers from injury, and Nico Gonzalez are also key to giving Juventus width in attack and support in defence. Comparisons to past Juventus teams. To really understand how far Juventus has come under Motta, we can compare the current squad to past Juventus teams. Under Allegri, especially in his first run, Juventus was dominant but very methodical. They relied heavily on individual brilliance. Think Cristiano Ronaldo scoring clutch goals to secure 1-0 or 2-1 wins. While it worked, it wasn't exactly thrilling football to watch. Now with Motta in charge, Juventus is playing a style much more suited to today's game. Their focus on possession, quick transitions and pressing mirrors the tactics used by top European clubs like Manchester City under Pep Guardiola or Bayern Munich under Julian Nagelsmann. Juventus has shifted from being a reactive team to a proactive one, and that change has made them a more dangerous opponent. So how scary is this new Juventus under Thiago Motta? In one word, terrifying. This isn't the slow defensive Juventus of old. Motta's team is dynamic, aggressive and full of energy. They press high, move the ball quickly and have a mix of youth and experience that gives them depth in every position. What's clear is that no team in Serie A or Europe wants to face this new Juventus. Motta has given them a new identity and a new sense of belief. Juventus is back and they're scarier than ever. So what do you think? Can Thiago Motta lead Juventus back to the top of Italian and European football? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell for more exciting football content. Thanks for watching and we'll catch you in the next one.